Okay, just playing a little bit with Twitch Studio because I'm still learning how to use it, and I'm a slow learner, as you can see with my terrible draws. So I'm starting page 4. I already have some sketches, and this time I'm not using Medibank. I download Clip Studio Paint. I had tried it once a few years ago, the trial version, of course. If no, it wouldn't be a trial. For some reasons I hadn't downloaded, so I did it this week, and I'm still getting used to it. So right now I'm just doing here the lines for this draw. I'm not sure about his pelvis. Where should it be? I had here the legs, and he's stepping, so it doesn't need to be too perfect. Besides, this small image. Again, I'm still getting used to Clip Paint Studio. I like the pencil they have here, and I haven't checked all of the options yet. Opacity, texture, I haven't checked it yet, but yes, I can see that there is a difference with the pencil. Okay, here I'm just doing the sketch. His elbow. And I'm having trouble with the skating, and also with this waist. It's too thin, like a woman. Funny thing, I draw as many men as women, but I'm still getting them more as women. And there's something I don't like about the perspective of his leg, because the foot should be slightly looking out of the body, and that's the part I don't totally get, or maybe I just notice it right now. Usually we move the foot a little bit off our body, especially men. Women, sometimes it depends on how you learn to walk. Funny thing, because some women like this sexy walking, so they keep it. Speaking of sexy walking, this looks too sexy. Then again, the problem is, if I become realistic, his other leg isn't showing because of the perspective. His leg would be hidden by this one, since men usually walk with their legs a bit apart. I may do a trick here. It is still a bit sexy, but I think not that much. Okay, now details again, a bit a broader. And here the hips, they're again too feminine. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult to clean over when I have to do the inking. And as you can see, again, I'm not drawing yet the cloth. It's a skater, so usually skaters are wear their jeans or shorts and a t-shirt. The difficult thing is that t-shirt is usually long t-shirt, it's a big t-shirt. On the other hand, it could be useful since it would help me hide some things. Actually, I think I'll see the cloth in a moment. I have here the hand waving in a hello, finger, and now I just need to work a little bit this other arm. The problem here I'm having here is with the hand. Okay, and I'm leaving these two up because he's holding his skateboard. Well, it wasn't as hard as I thought. The skateboard is going to be another kind of problem too, but right now I'm using this. With Medibank I already know some of the tools. It's funny because I had used Medibank since, well, like 10 years maybe even more. And I do like Medibank, and mostly I was already used to know where the tools were. Also, it's a lighter, easier software. I didn't have this many options like I have here, so for one part it was easy because I only had what I needed, very, very precise. On the other hand, this is also useful because I have more tools that maybe I didn't have with the other. Okay, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna have to make a third layer with the draw with a clean line because something in his head doesn't seem perfectly fine. Besides, because I have already too many lines here, I should have used a different color. And I must have some kind of king for hair, all unclean, because I usually have it different, not many haircuts. As I said, I'm not very sure about this. I'm still getting used to this, and I made a lot of layers already, and I always forgot where is the layer. Okay, it's still not visible. The problem here, I don't know how to change color so I can see the lines. Okay, I think I'll have to go to the ink, and I was sure I had one. Yes, here there is ink. and integer move. So use this one. I'm gonna load the drawing also with this one. Okay, so I can work. Oh great, the layers things somewhere. Okay, no big deal, I'll just make another one. And it doesn't want to get into the carpet, into the folder. So I just name it. And let me switch. Usually this is a good pen. Black, of course. And in this case I want to check paper, or it's going to look like this. I don't want it to look like this. Brush, don't want brush, pencil, maybe I can change paper over here. I'm not really sure if it's going to work. I'm still seeing it a bit rough actually, not rough. Texture pen, as if it doesn't have enough. Okay, I have to recognize there are less brushes here. I like that it is more sensitive to pressure. That's something I do remember, and was one of the reasons I want to download it. The pressure, it's so much better. Maybe this one, I'm not very sure, but this could work. And at the end I still drawing as if I had a mechanical pencil and we're changing it. So big thing. Way to go, Leticia. Okay, so here's the sleeve. As I say, I was doing a little sheet here. Okay, maybe this was a thicker line that I should. Come to think that I didn't calculate the shirt length. I'm going to give it some curves. Oh, this is going to look so different from the other. The final work is going to look so strange. Not bad, maybe just some so strange, or a bit strange. And by the way, I had to say that this was supposed to be at 10 a.m. Mexico time, but my student called me that he couldn't come to class at that time, at 9, when we have it scheduled. So we changed the class because he is a bit delayed because of his work and all. So I didn't want him to miss more classes. This hand doesn't convince me, but I'm getting a clearer visual now, so that's not so bad. I can erase later. Again, as I said, the skateboard needs a lot of cleaning. So it's not going to be that bad. And well, here we have a lot of things. The clouds are always kind of tricky to draw, but sometimes we also need to remember that comic is not the same as realistic draw. Not to say that it's better or something, it's just different. And what I mean is that sometimes we want to make them too realistic, and the thing is, it's enough if it's not too realistic. Of course, you need to know all of the anatomy, all of the main things. You can't avoid that, but you can make it a bit easier because you won't need that many precision. It's enough if you have the most important, in this case the wrinkles of the cloth, just the most important. It's not totally necessary that it's perfect. And then again, this is also because I can't see with all this line, I can't really see if it's okay, so I wanted to ink it just to make sure, just to be able to see it. And if I like it, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I can always change what I'm not liking. Of course, right now the disadvantage is that I'm going to be switching from ink to sketch. And now I need to look at the tennis, his sneakers. Then again, here there is always this thing. It's important that you can draw very well, that you prove that you know how to draw some sneakers. But then again, at the very end, this is important only for other artists. Most people will enjoy a good draw, but won't be that worried about a very realistic draw. It's always the difficult here. It's also your pride as an artist. If you wanted to make it very, very realistic, if you wanted to have it just realistic enough. By the way, I forgot here the chords. I'll erase in a moment. I was looking at some of I forgot the name of the mangaka from Slam Dunk, and he, for example, he's super detail oriented. Compared to him, I am an amateur, not only compared to him. I'm an amateur. Okay, let's make first the chord here, so I can see to this. And I miss one here. I like how they come. Feel as I can't make a curve. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to this software yet. I don't know. I hope it's not that I need a new drawing tablet. That would be the worst situation. Not a big situation, but that wouldn't be my favorite situation either. Hands, and I still don't know how to rotate it. Oh, there is it. Complain and you'll find it. I'm starting to think that also Clip Studio is made for artists, professional or semi-professional artists, because my monitor is at 15 inches and I have this is the software usually running in the full 15 inches, and yet all the tools are clamped. Everything is too clamped. I do think that they were thinking, or that the software is tough for people who had maybe a 20 inches monitor. Professionals and semi-professionals. Okay, there's one finger, 2 fingers, and there's never a problem with saving. By the way, I'm not using my webcam right now because I think even if the computer I have cleaned it as much as I can, I still have some problems with, oh, what a horrible finger. I'm having some trouble with the memory, the GPS. No, GPS is something else, sorry. With the memory. So I'm going to buy some new memory, but not right now. That would be on the idea, on the plan to buy it, but first I need to work a bit more. Another thing that is getting confusing to me, Medibank, I just need to turn the pen down, upside down, and it immediately registered that I wanted to erase. But with Clip Studio, I have to actually tell it what I want to do. Okay, seems legit. Ya en el baño.
Vamos a Pinarete, mija, para que veas las...
A las 10 tengo la clase.
¿Qué hora es ahorita?
9:30.
No, entonces ya no hay chance. Bueno, déjame poner mi pera ya casi. No, es más, déjame te ayudo a ti.
As you want.
¿Qué?
Ahí está tu nieto llamándote. Okay, let's see. Bit big, the hand, but or maybe it's just because I'm still very obsessed with the fact I have small hands. Okay, just the face now. Doesn't look like his nose. Too much. Okay, so much better. The problem is I'm so close now that I'm not very sure about how thick or thin the draw is. Let's okay, too much now. And I still think it looks too close. This mouth should be lower. Same with the nose. Seems better. And this is too small. His hair. Okay, I think it's fluffier than before. That's why a friend ever told me, follow the lines you draw. But I'm too stubborn to do that. I am lost my hope that one day I'll be able to do such an easy rule. That one day the draw the pencils I like them enough for me. So I would follow them. Okay, since this is only hair, I'm gonna erase this part. And let's see, the wrong. Ugh, don't like it. There's something I don't like. To think, I want to rotate it a little bit. I know, wrong instruction. How do I rotate it? Maybe if I choose again, as I said, oh come on, this is supposed to be rotating. Yeah, this was part of the problem. Let me see if I can. Because of the size of the page, I'm not really sure if I need to be that detail oriented. It might work just as it is, because it's going to be a small draw, so maybe it's not totally necessary that I put many details. It seems to look fine. Okay, now let me see if I can find the rulers, because as you can see I have a lot of lines here and I don't want to have problems. Linear ruler. Okay, I think this doesn't work as I saw it work. Again, sorry, I was thinking that I'm still on Medibank with the instruction for it. Oh, by the way, the ruler is misplaced. It looks as if the step is behind him. Even now I think I need to do it. Here there's a slight curve. And now it doesn't seem as if he is stepping on the air. I got a little long trace, but it's okay, because again I may erase it later once I had tried with the skateboard. I had make it cleaner. Yeah, I may erase some of the lines. Okay, this is much better. Now again I totally forgot. Oh my god, that's why I don't work or will work for Marvel. I forgot a lot of things to draw. I mean, I have seen some of their pencil work and they're admirable. It's as if you look at the final version of the comic with them, and I still have a lot to learn about that, because my sketches are very rough. Okay, here I don't want a whole line. because it's the step of the door. So yes, we usually have a line here where I think I did something I didn't want to do. More or less over here. And then again. Now it's gonna be fun to learn how to use this. But it's getting better. Oh, how did I took away the rulers? Okay, well, it was supposed to be a 45 sessions, but considering that I started like 5 minutes later, I think I have the time. Let's just finish with this door, entrance, something. I'm going to make, oh, I forgot to say that I was complaining at the beginning of the session that, or somewhere in the session, I don't see the pen. There is it. Oh, I was complaining that this seems to be for bigger screens, but right now I'm also trying to see my on my why can't I I'm also trying to see if there is any chat message, and so I had to use the window escalated. So it's already difficult in whole screen. Now it's even more difficult in small screen. But okay, everything will get better as long as I learn something, and we all learn something, and we keep going with that learning thing. Okay, then again I'm complaining that I never followed the lines, and I'm doing it again. Is that sometimes I look at the lines and say, oh, this could look better if it is curvier, if it is firmer, maybe this was too thin. But that's also part of learn to eventually get an artistic eye. Here I don't want to be very careful with the hair, because at the end it's still black hair, so as long as it doesn't get off this the area, it should be fine. I'm still inking, very good. For a moment I thought I was on another screen, on another layer, and that would be terrible. This is going to be a bit thick. Ear. Usually there is a line. The hairline is never totally close the ear. It surrounds the ear. And here I didn't draw it clear enough. So I think it's more important that the neck is visible. Yeah, I knew that there was something strange. I couldn't see it well. Okay. Because it's this line, the one I had it. Again, this is supposed to be the line of the printing area, so all this part is probably not going to appear in the image, the final printing, but it can also appear. So it's better to take it with the same sincerity and draw it, ink it, everything. Of course, if I was more serious. This line is usually, the jaw looks usually thicker when you look it from behind. Okay, I'm gonna fix that on other form. I'm going to focus here. Yeah, another thing that may have to do with me not being very precise with my inking and drawing is that when I do pencils, I'm not thinking on shadows and all that. I really should. In this moment I missed the tiralíneas. And right, I was here to erase this part. Need to turn a little bit here. We'll erase this part too. Yes, when you draw with pencils don't get this many curves as you have with inking. So it has become like a habit to me that I would only make these lines, the volume with inking, and I have to get rid of that bad habit, because it's still a bad habit and it's making me probably go slower. Okay, I think with this it's going to be all for today, all for now. Let me see it at the regular size, because as I said, I was trying to see it, to see if I had some new instruction. I didn't know I could do that. Okay, now I can't Okay, it's a bit better. So I just need to finish both the pencils because here are still not so clear, and the inking. Well, I think that is all for today. See you hopefully next Friday at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Mexico time. I forgot to save. And well, I'm also thinking if on Tuesday maybe, oh, that is a good advice. Turn your pen upside down and then select. Okay, I'll do that in a moment so I may remember it. Okay, so I think I forgot what I was saying. Well, oh yes, I'm thinking on having script, plotting, etc., everything about writing, but on Tuesday maybe at the same time at 10 a.m. Mexico time, if I survive. See you.